Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Pentiment. So in the last episode we visited the Poor Clares at the convent, and we did learn something about the history of the Abbey of Kiersau, but not that much to be honest with you, because most, if not all the records went up in smoke during the fire many years ago, but maybe not all of them. So in this episode we are now gonna go and search the ruins of the old Kiersau Abbey and see if we can find anything that would tell us more about the history of this place. So, without further ado, let's go. Inside the church we go. I really like this music too, by the way. My god, this is amazing. I wonder what it must have looked like before the fire. Oh yeah, you were so small back then that you wouldn't remember. Everything collapsed in the fire. I'll have to be careful climbing over this rubble to get past. Oh, careful now. Oh shit. Language now. This place may be in ruins, but we are still in the house of God. You are doing well. There we go. You just had to fall on your last steps. Oh no, I can't get back up there. If I climb, it might collapse further. Well, there must be another way out. I'll have to find another way out. Well, if nothing else, we can use the aqueducts, I'm sure. Those were not damaged by the fire. Okay, so we can't go further here, so we just have to go up to the tower. I don't believe that we have been at the tower, even as Andreas, now that I think about it. Vines. There's nothing left of the old staircase. I guess I can't go this way. Will those vines hold your weight? These vines go all the way to the top, though. They look sturdy enough to hold my weight. Well, there's no other way out. Hey, more climbing. Not much is left of this tower. I can see all of Tassing from here. I wonder if I can piece together the foundations of the Abbey and find a way to get to the library. I bet I could get down this way. The roof looks pretty stable. I was not expecting to climb on the rooftops of this place, that's for sure. Almost there. Good job, Magdalene. Didn't even fall this time. Okay, well there's the scriptorium. Oh, God. I remember when the library burned down. Dad told me I was just a baby, but I remember the flames coming out of the windows. So many people were screaming and running around. I cried myself to sleep that night. I haven't seen this place since then. It doesn't look like there's anything left inside. I suppose it was too much to hope for. Well, Can we go inside and check? Well, Magdalene, how are you going to get out of here? Well, let's just climb over the wall. Use the vines. Just a flower. These roses seem to have made the Abbey their home. I'm glad something beautiful is still growing here. So we can't go inside the old scriptorium and then get to the library that way. I'm a bit disappointed, I'm not gonna lie. I wanted to see what the insides look like. And also, I kinda hoped that we would have found something, anything. Maybe even Andreas's remains. Andreas's remains, is that how you say it? Well, at least the gravestones here are still in place. That still looks creepy as hell to me. Yeah, just more flowers. These roses seem to have made the Abbey their home. Okay, it's the same thing. Well, we can't go here though. We can get to the cloister. Yeah, just some stray cats here. I wonder if there were always this many cats at the Abbey. Perhaps I can ask Wojslav what he remembers during his time here. Well, guess we're not... Oh, yeah, okay, we can pet the cat. Alright. There must be something else here besides cats. This place is a mess. How sad. Yeah, it is kinda melancholy to be back here when this place is in such a rough state. So this won't budge, will it? The door's stuck. I can't get through this way. Okay. Chapter house. These look quite recent, these paintings here. Something was painted on top of the old ones. Excuse me. Oh, an old mural. It's worn, but I can still see some of the figures. A dance of death? Dance of death. Oh, hey, I wanted to click on that. Shit. What? These figures look new. The paint can't be more than a few years old. Don't tell me that the twins have been here. Someone's been adding to this. This feels wrong. Who would add new figures to the Dance of Death and why? Okay, so I got a second chance here. So, Dance of Death. An artistic allegory on the constancy of death. Illustrations often feature people from every station of society to communicate that death inevitably claims everyone, from the peasant to the emperor. These look like people from the town, from here, people who died. Let's see, can I recognize any of them? Is that Brother Guy? He looks like a monk anyway. That might be the widow Ottilia, the one who was in the end executed for the murder of the Baron. As for this, I can't quite tell. Could that be Andreas? But there's an arrow going straight through him, so maybe not. I can't quite tell who this guy is supposed to be. This one is a mystery to me. Oh, maybe that's the Baron. Yeah, that must be the Baron. I think. That must be the Baron, and that's Otto. Which one? It would be helpful if you could point at them. I assume that this is the Baron. Otto. This might be Otto. Wait, is that? Someone's here. Oh. Hello? Who are you? The thread puller. An Abbey forgotten. Okay, can I can take a closer inspection of these murals or make a comment on them. I wonder who this is. Oh, is this the Baron? I can't quite tell. Well, that's Brother Guy, that's Widow Ottilia, there's Otto. Maybe this is the Baron. Oh yeah, first the Baron died, then the widow, then the carpenter. Oh wait. Yeah, the carpenter died next, and then Brother Guy. Okay, this must be Andreas. This must be Andreas. He died in the fire while trying to save some of the books from being burned. As for this guy, I'm not sure. Okay, so there's nothing else in here. Alright, so let's see if we can confront that guy. Oh, he opened the door. The door. Whoever was watching me must have opened it. I don't like this. Me neither. I think I have seen everything left of the Abbey. I want to get out of here. We haven't seen everything, I don't think. We could go to somewhere else. Maybe there's a secret here somewhere. We could go down here. Here. Oh wait, no, we can't. Never mind. For some reason I thought that we could go down there. Oh, is there anywhere else where we can go? Old Bailey. That's where we came from. Okay, so we can't go anywhere else. Okay, never mind. Never mind. That's a shame. I really wanted to. Was there something there? I think I saw something from the corner of my eye, but maybe it was nothing. Alright, let's get out of here. When did it start snowing? Oh, it's snowing already. Damn. Okay. That's cool. Okay, so should we just go home now, or let's see. What else should we do? Oh yeah, we have the book that we need someone who is better at Latin than we to translate. We did try and ask Sister Gertrude to translate it for us, but she said that the Latin is too hard for her. So we must ask someone else. And I was thinking of Dr. Stolch. Let's hope that he's not too busy. I believe that he lived here. Next to the rat house. Ah yes, here. Stolz's house. Here you are making some medicine, I see. Those must be beds for the patient. Well, let's talk to Werner Stolch. Hello, Magdalene. Can I help you? Hello, Dr. Stolz. I have a book here and I can't read it very well. I was wondering if you could help me translate it. If you bring it after Christmas, I might be able to help. I have too much to do right now. I can't spare that much time. Well, I was kinda expecting that, to be honest. I mean, he's a doctor after all. He must be busy. Oh, I understand. Sorry, Magdalene. Until later? Until then. Well, so much from that. Okay, well, who else? Who else is educated enough? I should ask around town for help translating the Latin, Sister Gertrude. Baltas, Dr. Stolz, and even Father Thomas may be able to read it for me. Well, Baltas happens to be right here, so Eisenkopf, that's his name. Or is it Baltasar? Hello, Baltas, do you have a moment? Only one, I'm afraid. What can I do for you? So he seems to be busy too. I came across a book about the history of Tassing, and I was hoping you could help me read it. Oh no, not today. I'm far too busy for that at the moment. Ignacio and I have our hands full preparing the Christmas ale, you see. Of course, sorry to bother you. Not at all. Apologies, I couldn't be of more help. Well, damn it. Okay, so that leaves us only Father Thomas then. I mean, he must not be that busy, right? I mean, he's just a priest. I mean, priests are only busy on Sundays, right? When everyone has to go to church and he has to read the Bible for us during a sermon or something. Okay, well, I guess we have to ask Father Thomas. We have seen this labyrinth thingy before in our dreams as Andreas. Mary, Mother of Jesus. Her painting has been here as long as I can remember. I wonder if that's a real painting, or yeah, I wonder if this was taken after an actual painting from real life. Anyway, Father Thomas. God bless you, Magdalene. And God bless you, Father Thomas. Do you have a moment? Of course, what can I help you with? I wanted to ask you about Tassing saints. I would like to represent them in the Rathouse. I'm thrilled to hear it. The saints will make a wonderful centerpiece for the murals. You misunderstand, Father. I may incorporate them, but there are other possibilities. Not as a centerpiece, as simply as part of Tassing's history. Of course, I consider our saints to be central to Tassing's history, Kiersau's too. But you know, there is one saint you are overlooking. Let's contemplate this. Why, the Blessed Virgin, of course, Mary. Well, yeah, but she's not really that relevant to Tassing now, is she? Many people forget that Mary is the greatest saint. And she visited one of the peasants here in Tassing centuries ago. Oh really? Well, that may change things. The Virgin Mary appeared in Tassing? Why? Oh wait, not appeared in Tassing. The Virgin Mary appeared in Tassing? Why? Yes, she appeared to give a message. Centuries ago, a farmer in the fields behind us had 3 visions of Mary. Oh, so she wasn't here physically, of course not. In the first, she told him that she wanted him to tell the Bishop of Freising that she had appeared. The peasant travelled down to Freising, but the bishop would not see or hear him. That's not a short trip. Well, let's keep listening. The peasant returned to Tassing and had another vision in the field. The Virgin showed him a pattern, a labyrinth. Ah, the one on the shield that we just saw on that painting, and also in Andreas's dreams. She told him to draw it on a sheet of birch bark and bring the drawing to the Bishop of Freising. Why didn't she just give him the labyrinth the first time? Well, let's just keep listening. The bishop attempted to turn the peasant away, but he could see the drawing of the labyrinth in his hands. It was the same image that the bishop had seen in a dream 3 nights earlier. He met with the peasant, who told him of the 2 apparitions he had seen here in Tassing. The bishop was moved by the peasant's story, and he came here to Tassing. Okay. And when the bishop came, Mary appeared to both of them. She told the farmer that the town needed to build this church. She told the bishop to support the town. I had no idea that's where all of this came from. It's not a story I tell much anymore. I suppose the people here think of Moritz and Stachia, their connection to this place. Mary is such a core part of their prayers that they forget about our particular Mary. But in any case, Our Lady's demands were clear, so the bishop helped fund the creation of this church. The people of Tassing have been using it ever since. You're not from Tassing. How did you hear the story? When was the painting made? Painting, the one over here that we just saw, I think. I think if I include the saints in the mural, I'll place Our Lady among them. You're not from Tassing. How did you hear the story? True, I am not. The people told me when I came. And the former priest told them when they were children and so on. The priest and the flock have shared the responsibility of passing on the story over the centuries. Thank you for the story, Father Thomas. Have I convinced you to include the saints prominently in the mural? You know, you actually have. I'm still considering it. Well, if the liberation fails you, perhaps you will find that prayer gives you greater clarity. God bless you and your work, Magdalene. God bless you, Father Thomas. Wait, what about the book? Hello, Father Thomas, can I spare a moment? Yes, what is it? Well, I found this book, but I can't read the Latin very well. Could you help me translate it? The whole book? Oh dear, I can't afford that much time away from my duties right now. What duties? The Christmas sermon is coming up. Yeah, but we are still in November. What? Around mid-November, I think. And I have already fallen behind on Advent preparations. Could the matter wait, perhaps? I would be happy to look it over after the festivities. After the festivities, you mean after Christmas? Well, we might as well, I guess. Of course, Father. Thank you, Magdalene. Dead end. Everyone is too distracted by their own work or doesn't know Latin well enough to read the Historia Tassiae. I suppose I won't be able to use it as a reference for the mural after all. Really? There must be someone who can help us. Someone who possibly knows Latin. Oh, how about Wacław and Matilda? At least Wacław used to be a monk. You would think that monks know enough Latin to be able to read the Bible. Let's see. God bless you, Magdalene. Well, I guess we can talk to him, or even her. God bless you, Magdalene. Okay, well, we are running out of options here. So what should we do now? Jutta, Heri. Not so much of a reason to go to Gertner Farm. Should we just go and work on the mural? Can we do that? No, apparently not. Okay. Well, I guess the only thing that we can do right now is to go and see how our dad is doing. And how is Clara? Hello, Magdalene. Well, fine enough, I guess. Hello, Magdalene. Okay, well, he seems to be fine too. Don't really know what else to do or who else to talk to. Write some letters or go to sleep. Is there really nothing else that we can do right now? Well, fine. I'm not tired right now. Oh, okay. Then what do we do? Should I just walk around town, try and talk to random people? I mean, who knows, maybe someone unexpected knows how to read Latin and even has the time to help us translate it. Well, let's look around then. Oh yeah, I just remembered that we could go and talk to Else. I think that was her name. Yeah, her. Magdalene dear, what brings you up the hill? I wanted to ask you some questions about your family for the mural. Dad was telling me your family's been in Tassing for hundreds of years. Oh, is this for the mural? I'm not sure I want to get mixed up in that. I want to depict your family specifically, if that helps. Are you sure? Hardly any family's been in town as long as yours. Well, I want to depict your family specifically, if that helps. You are one of the few people who knows anything about the town after the Romans left. The Muellers have been a pillar of Tassing for generations, yes. Though I'm afraid I only know a little bit about them. And much of that I have heard from others. Lenhart didn't care to talk about the past. I meant your family, the one you were born to. Your family name was Kiersau, wasn't it? Oh. Not a soul in town has asked me about my family in years. I was beginning to think my neighbors had forgotten us. I am not surprised your father remembers the Kiersau's. He was sweet on my sister before he met your mother. I am the last of us left now. Is that a local name? I should think so. My grandfather told me the Kiersau's have lived in Tassing for hundreds of years. Perhaps even 8,000, though it seems impossible to imagine a time so long ago. The Kiersau's were pagans? Were they Romans? No, the Kiersau's were part of the old people, the original Bavarian people. They helped to resettle Tassing after the Romans left. Built their new home right on the spot where they had been living when the Romans arrived. That's a remarkable story. It reminds me of Parzival's quest for the Grail, the Holy Grail. What a blessing Saint Moritz brought your family to God. Sure, let's say that. It is because of Saint Moritz that I will see my family again in heaven. When I think of the ancient Kiersau's driven from their land only to find it again and become Christians, they feel nearer to me. Do you understand? I think so. It's like when my dad tells me stories about courting my mom. Sure. I don't remember her. I don't remember her face. What? Don't you have a picture of her on the wall in your home? But when he tells me about her smile, I can almost recall it. Yes, it doesn't matter whether you really remember. When I sing my sister's favorite songs to Ulrich, I may not know all the words anymore, but that's alright. Just as I may not know exactly how the Kiersau's resettled Tassing. What matters is that I feel close to her and them, even though they are so far from me now. That is what stories are for, Magda. Now go on, you have got a mural to complete. God bless you, Else. God bless you, Magdalene dear. I should get back to the rat house and get to work. Okay, so now we can go and work on the mural once again. So let's do that. All right, let's get to work. Oh, hello, Stolch. Good evening, Magdalene. Good evening, Dr. Stolch. I see you're progressing on the town mural. You have made rapid progress. I'm trying to finish it in time for Dad, you understand? It's taken longer than I have wanted. I have to get all my other chores done too. Still think that I shouldn't be painting the mural, Dr. Stolch? Well, I have rigged the scaffolding sheets so that air can flow through. That way the layers dry quickly. Yeah, let's be crafty. I see, that's quite clever. Now then, the council has asked to hear about your progress. I've been researching the early Christian history of Tassing after the Romans left. Learning how people settled in the ruins, how the Abbey was founded, why our saints are so important to us. It was a lot to take in, but I have settled on my subject. And what have you chosen, if I may ask? I'll paint Saint Moritz, Saint Shachia, and Our Lady of the Labyrinth receiving the Christian settlers. I think I'm gonna go with this one, but let's see what the other options are. I want to show history, how it happened. I'll paint Lady Kiersau found in the Abbey from the old Beckfried. Okay, I kinda like this one too. I'll paint the Bavarian setting among the Roman ruins, starting the Christian history of Tassing. One of these two. Saint Moritz, Saint Shachia, and Our Lady of the Labyrinth, or I'll paint Lady Kiersau found in the Abbey from the old Bergfried. Damn it. This is a tough decision to make. This is a tough one. I want to show history, how it happened. I think I'm gonna lean towards this. I want to show history, how it happened. I'll paint Lady Kiersau found in the Abbey from the old Bergfried. Because at least we know that that's what happened. Or at least this story sounds more plausible than the saints found in this place. Sure. Oh, I didn't want to click that. That might rub some people in town the wrong way. The saints are a core part of Tassing's history after all. Why can't we do both? I would be careful in how you choose to paint such a piece. Our Lord is a staunch Catholic. One could interpret it, the absence of the saints, as, well, Lutheran. Luther doesn't denounce saints. He just says that the Bible doesn't tell us to venerate them. Such a distinction may be lost on our Lord. It may reflect poorly on Tassing. Remember, these murals are for all of us. Not. Good. After this section, there is still so much work to do. I haven't even figured out how I'm going to portray the revolt. Ah, yes. I imagine it poses difficulties that the other murals do not. It's a strange thing to tell a story that still lives in the hearts of so many people here. I don't think anyone wants to talk about it. They have all just locked it away. It sounds like you have your work cut out for you. I'll leave you to it then. Oh, Dr. Stolch. Yes? Have you ever seen someone lurking around the Abbey? Or heard about it? I haven't been up to the Abbey in years, and no, I haven't heard of anything like that. Why? I have seen someone following me a few times. I'm sorry to hear that. Didn't you run into that odious woodsman, Haller Brand, not long ago? Oh yeah, that's the guy who is guarding the forest, making sure that no one is hurting their pigs there or anything because it's against the law. One of the Duke's men. I did. It wasn't a pleasant experience? Yes, but I don't think it's the same person. Well, it wasn't a pleasant experience, that's for sure. Well, if you have concerns, you should ask one of the boys to escort you when you are out. There's no need to risk your safety. You're right. Good night, Dr. Stolch. Good night, Magdalene. Ask one of the boys to escort you, you say? Well, Apollo is not gonna do that, that's for sure. He hates us now. Otto would be the best and obvious choice. Now I only have the final part of the mural to finish. How should I paint the revolt? Dad always talked about how the archdeacon was the only one seeking justice in those days. But what was his name? The only name I can remember is the name of the archdeacon who came to Tassing when the Baron was killed. Jacob Estler. Maybe he wrote an account of the revolt as an archdeacon. I'll write to him and ask. Jacob? Yeah, it's that guy. I remember him. And of course I need to write back to Esther too. I'll write to them tonight before bed. Well, let's just do that. And oh, I see a note there. Must be from the thread puller. Alright, where to begin? I'll write to the Archdeacon, Jacob Estler, and see if he can tell me about the revolt. I'll write a letter to Esther too. I hope the courier can make it through the passes before winter. Jacob Estler, excuse me, formerly Archdeacon of Freising. My name is Magdalene Druckerin. I am an artist in the town of Tassing in Upper Bavaria. I believe you passed through our community when you investigated Baron Rothwolkels's murder at Kiersau Abbey in 1518. Do you remember anything about that case that the people in Tassing might not remember? In particular, do you remember anything about someone writing notes to provoke the killer? Did you see any evidence that might suggest there was some sort of larger conspiracy at work? Do you have any reason to doubt the conclusion of the case? I think that this is the safest option. I don't want to question his judgment that whether Ottilia was actually the killer. Well, in particular, do you remember anything about someone writing notes to provoke the killer? I think we mentioned that to him during our hearing as Andreas. More have appeared in Tassing in subsequent years, seemingly harbingers of death. Thank you for any help you can give. Magdalene Druckerin. And then letter for Esther. Dearest Esther, I hope you are well. You must know how tremendously happy I am for you and Seamund. And Elisha too, of course, and your parents. It warms my heart to know that your family is doing so well. By the time this letter reaches you, I expect winter will have enfolded Tassing. It's already freezing at night, so I have reorganized the workshop so that the inks don't deteriorate. Do you have to worry about that in Prague? You have said it snows, but I always imagined it was warmer in winter. Dad is doing poorly, but at least he seems comfortable. He's sleeping more, but Dr. Stoltz says that's a consequence of the cold weather. I do what I can for him, but this winter has been hard. I have asked Agnes for help, but there's only so much she and Dr. Stoltz can do. He's not going to make it, and there's nothing I can do. Christ, I'm scared, Esther. The mural is progressing well, but I can't shake the feeling that someone is following me. I keep seeing this figure around town. After I explored the mines to see Tassing's early history, and then again in the Abbey ruins. No one else in Tassing has seen anything, but some of the nuns say they have seen ghosts. If it's the person who attacked my dad, why are they following me? Whoever it is, I'm sure it's not anyone from Tassing, but what do they want with me? The fact that she is thinking that this person might be the ghost that the nuns were talking about is quite interesting. I didn't think about that. That's very interesting. No one else in Tassing has seen anything, but some of the nuns say they have seen ghosts. It's the strangest thing, given me a fright a few times already. But I don't mean to worry you. Nothing's happened to me yet, so I think I'll be safe. The only good news I can share at the moment is that the mural is almost finished. I should have it completed by Christmas or soon after, before the new year at least. Then perhaps, at long last, I shall be able to visit you and meet this Simund. Anyway, I fear that this will be my last letter of the year. The Reichspost has already been laid and reported worsening snows through the passes. We seem to be stepping into a harsh winter. Stay warm and give my regards to your family and Simund. Yours always, Magda. Okay, and before we end this episode here, I want to take a look at that note. How did this get here? Stop. This is just like the note Dad found. Who's doing this? Are they trying to scare me? Well, quite obviously. Well, who did this? I have a feeling I'm going to find out sooner or later. I need to ask Dad about this. It can't be a coincidence. But he's been so weak, I don't want to upset him. I just need to wait for the right time. I hope there is a right time. Yes, me too, but I'm gonna end this episode here now. And in the next episode, well, we're gonna go to sleep, obviously. And then I'm sure that we get their letters, or the time will pass. And then we get the answers to our letters. We read those. And then, well, I suppose that we need a bodyguard to look after us. So that nothing bad anyway, will happen to us. The most likely and obvious candidate for that is Otto. Oh wait, not Otto, Ertz. Yeah, Ertz is most likely the one who is going to look after us. But maybe there's someone else too. Not Apollo, that's for sure. But yeah, we'll see in the next episode. So, until then. Thank you for watching once again, and see you next time for more Pentiment.